Hey gut feelers. So a question I got asked now several times that I love to answer, and that is the combination between what we think, what we feel, what beliefs we have about life, about our body, and how this all impacts health and our well-being. Although I don't talk a lot about that, for me that's a subject that has been with me throughout my life. I always wanted to understand how to live like an accelerated life that includes all levels. That includes the emotional level, includes the spiritual level, knowing where my path is, having a contribution to life, growing. I'm really addicted to growth, become more of who I am, and to support other people to become more of who they are if they want to. And of course then the physical, the root of pleasure, the root of how I experience this life. I remember when I was like 10, 12, something like that, I had in my room a sentence over my door, which nobody really understood. I felt they just didn't really get it. And that said, life is play. Like life is about playing. It's not about taking things serious. Experience the fullness, like there's nothing to lose. All in one sentence, for me, the essence is that everything is energy. So this is energy. It's just condensed. Molecules are moving really slowly, and thoughts are energy. Molecules moving really fast. Emotions are energy. And also the food that we eat, of course, is energy. One way to raise your vibration and to raise your health is definitely paying attention to what you put in your mouth, like what kind of quality. Did people care about when they were growing the food? How is the food handled? What was the journey of the food until it came to this point where you could eat it? This all has an effect on the energy in that food, and so impacts our body. If I watch the daily news, I can't do that. I never did that. I hated that when my parents did that, and I had to cross through the living room where they were watching that to get to the kitchen, which is one of the areas I'm really happy to be in. And then they were listening to all this kind of stuff. Right now I don't read any newspaper. I can't listen to that, and that is because like my heart in a way is so open that I'm just crying. I completely lose it if I just see people screaming, and that's all in the news, that's what the news are about. It's not very popular to just watch whales diving in the ocean and then a happy person swimming in the lake. This is not how you get your quotes up. But this is what I love to watch because they have an effect on my body. Like I can feel it physically. I can feel like stress hormones getting released, even if just on the other side of the street there's a conflict between in a family, a child is crying, or a dog gets like treated like a toy and just pushed on a leash, so in a way that's the same as food. Like it has an impact on me. And the more sensitive I became throughout the years, and the more high quality food I ate, and hopefully some spiritual growth happening as well, this all made me much more aware of the people and situations I surround myself with, how they impact me. So I'm super selective in who I meet, where do I meet, at what time do I meet people, and it doesn't feel limiting to me in any way. It feels like my freedom to really enjoy the moment to the fullest and serve the people and the situation the best wherever I am. For me, to give you a picture, if you imagine yourself a column of light, this is your body basically. Yeah, your body, like the physical body, but also like the aura and all the other parts of the body which are beyond the physical. Yeah, energy basically. So you have this column of light, and I feel like food, for example, if I eat something which is a material thing from the planet, it nourishes the body from here. If I work on what I think, so beliefs, I work from up here. What I think also has an effect, like directly, guys. I'm not just talking about like in a kind of esoteric spiritual way where focus goes, energy flows. I really like that one. Anthony Robbins, thank you. But I mean on a physical level. When I watch the daily news and I start crying, the stress hormones are released in my body. I can feel the adrenaline, I feel the cortisol. I feel like the cells in my body are just doing like this, protective mode. And if you're watching this, you're probably sensitive to this and you can feel already the effect. So has trauma and PTSD an effect on my physical health? Yes, completely, absolutely. But there's definitely a way to get out of that. And that might sound really funny, but I think that if I eat like high vibrational food, for example, I can help that. I'm not going to be able to release the trauma completely, but I help the process, because everything is energy. I studied art therapy. I worked a lot on myself. I worked on my relationship to my parents, looked in my past, did all the cleaning up. But sometimes I also think like there's no end to cleaning up things. And all I'm doing is I'm focusing on everything that didn't work. My approach, what I focus on gets bigger. Yeah, so where focus goes, energy flows. So if I focus on getting well, if I focus on what right now is well already. Yeah, I love asking clients this question, like, what do you enjoy most about your life at the moment? And I can feel the energy shifting in that moment, because we're so used to working on what does not work, focusing on where we need to improve, what conditions we have. We talk about them with the doctor. This is a habit and it's human, so don't worry, I do that too sometimes. I think if you want to get healthy, the fastest way possible is to work on both sides. To focus all your energy in where you are going. Making that very clear, what's your standard, what's the level of health, of fulfillment in your life that you want to achieve. Make that clear and then move in that direction. And for me, I see like everything, all the shadow aspects and the trauma, it will come up, but you are moving, you know where you're going. And by taking care of your diet, taking care of your sleep, taking a hot bath when you're stressed instead of just eating chocolate or drinking wine or looking at your Facebook account, if you do that and practice these little rituals, of self-care, of loving attention, of high quality food, even if it's just once a week that you can afford organic blueberries and eat them like that. But this moment, you are focusing on where you're going, and this is going to help raise your energy and also make it easier to deal with the trauma. I want to keep this short. I got the feedback that you like shorter videos. Let me know in the comments below if that is true. I love to know. What's your perfect video size? What do you want? Is it 10 minutes? Is it 7 minutes? Do you want 15 minutes, 20 minutes? What do you want? I love to end with something that is close to my heart because I see it so much happening out there in the opposite way. That is the belief that there's something wrong with our body. Just had a client call yesterday. Autoimmune disease, label. It's genetic, label. Hereditary, you've just picked up something, Lyme disease, you're gonna have that forever. This belief that there's something wrong with our body and we need to fix that. This is so entrenched in our system, and it's really not your fault if you believe that, because everybody around you tells you that. From where I stand and what I experienced and my work with my clients, our body is always for us. There's no way our body is attacking itself. This is against life. You don't see that anywhere else in nature, that an organism starts to attack itself. Completely counterintuitive. And the reason why we came to this autoimmune thing, the genetics thing, is because first, we don't have a better answer. We don't really understand what's happening. And second, I'm not really into this whole we are controlled thing, because if you know, you can just take your control back. But there's a high lobby in there, there's a food lobby in there, there is pharma industry in there. As hard as it sounds, it's just better if people suffer. They are more controllable and they spend more money. This is where a lot of this comes from. What I love you to take away is experiment, even if you can't feel it that it's true for you right now, but experiment with the belief, how that feels, that your body is always for you. It's always supporting you. There's no way it's ever going to attack itself. It's just about understanding it more and then creating an environment where the body can heal itself, because that's what it naturally does. Every organism wants to thrive and wants to survive. That's built-in function. There's no way this is going to change. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know if this kind of stuff interests you, if you want me to talk more about that. This is an experiment now. I wish you a beautiful day. Enjoy your body and enjoy your life. See you in the next video. Bye bye.